As the year draws to a close and the world begins to slow down, most of us find ourselves in a reflective state of mind. We feel the shift in the air, the sense of an ending, and the looming promise of a fresh start. But there is a secret to these final weeks that many people overlook. While the rest of the world is winding down and waiting for January 1st to hit the reset button, you have a unique, quiet window of opportunity. These last few weeks are not just a time for rest, they are the foundation upon which your entire next year will be built. If you choose to use this time with intention, you can do more than just make a resolution, you can create a transformation. You can step into the new year not with a hope and a prayer, but with a blueprint for the most empowered and intentional season of your life. The journey toward a better future always begins with an honest look at where we are right now. This isn't always the most comfortable exercise, but it is the most necessary one. Think of it as a personal reflection on your habits and your history over the last 12 months. We often move through our days in a blow of activity, reacting to events as they happen, rarely stopping to see the bigger picture of our own lives. But when you take the time to sit down in a quiet space, away from the noise and the distractions, you gain a superpower, clarity. Imagine sitting down in a cozy corner of your home, perhaps with a warm drink in hand, and simply looking at the data of your life. This isn't about judgment or regret, it's about discovery. You want to understand 3 fundamental truths. What was the total energy you brought in this year? What was the energy you sent out into the world? And most importantly, what remained? When you look at your bank statements or your tracking apps, you aren't just looking at numbers. You are looking at a map of your values, your fears, and your joys. You are seeing exactly where you placed your priorities. There is a powerful perspective shift that happens when you change how you categorize your growth. Most people see their spending and their saving as 2 completely different worlds. But what if you looked at your savings and your investments as a gift you are giving to your future self? What if you included that contribution in your total snapshot of the year? When you do this, you reveal your true untapped potential. You see the surplus that exists beyond what you've already committed to your future. That surplus represents the room you have to grow even further. It shows you that you are capable of more than you thought. It turns "I wish I could" into "I know I can." As you look through these patterns, you'll start to see things you never noticed before. Perhaps you'll see that your choices change with the seasons, that you lean into certain habits when the weather turns cold or when the social calendar gets busy. These aren't random occurrences. They are reflections of your emotional landscape. By identifying these patterns now, you stop being a passenger to your own impulses. You become the architect of your decisions. You gain the ability to anticipate the highs and lows of the coming year and prepare for them with confidence rather than reacting with stress. Once you have clarity on the past, it's time to clear the path for the future. We all carry weight that we don't need to be carrying. In our modern world, this often takes the form of invisible drains on our resources. We sign up for things in a moment of excitement, a subscription, a membership, a digital tool, and then we move on, but the commitment remains, quietly chipping away at our progress month after month. This is your moment to perform a gentle but firm audit of your life. Ask yourself, does this service truly bring me joy? Does this membership actually make my life better today? If the answer isn't a resounding yes, let it go. This isn't an act of restriction, it is an act of liberation. You are reclaiming your resources and redirecting them toward the things that actually matter to you. Beyond the small things, look at the big foundations. We often set up the utilities of our lives, our insurance, our basic services, our recurring bills, and then we forget about them for years. But the world changes, and the deals that were good 5 years ago might be holding you back today. Taking just a few minutes to ensure you are being treated fairly by the providers you rely on is a simple act of self-respect. It's about ensuring that your hard-earned energy isn't leaking out through old, inefficient systems. When you tighten these bolts, you create a leaner, more efficient vessel for the journey ahead. With the path cleared, you can focus on reinforcing your foundation. Life is a beautiful, unpredictable journey, and the best way to enjoy the ride is to know that you are safe. Think about your reserves. If your life has grown, if you've moved, if your family has expanded, if your responsibilities have increased, then your safety net needs to grow along with you. A foundation that was sufficient years ago might need a top-off today. This isn't about living in fear. It's about building a fortress of peace. When you know you are covered for the unexpected, you can take bolder, more creative risks in your daily life. You can dream bigger because you aren't constantly worried about the what ifs. At the same time, find the balance between security and growth. While having a safety net is vital, you also want to make sure your resources aren't just sitting still while the world moves forward. Inflation and time are always in motion. Once your foundation is solid, look at how you can keep your momentum going. The goal is to have enough to sleep well at night, but enough in motion to build the life you want for tomorrow. It's a delicate dance of being present today while being prepared for 5, 10, or 20 years from now. As you look toward the horizon of the new year, don't leave anything on the table. There is so often opportunity waiting for us that we simply haven't claimed because we were too busy or too overwhelmed to look. Whether it's fully utilizing the support systems available through your work, understanding the specific timelines of the year, or being smart about how you handle your obligations, take the time to claim what is yours. These aren't just financial moves, they are affirmations of your own worth. You worked hard for your progress. You deserve to keep as much of it as possible. Take the time to understand the rules of the game so you can play it to your maximum advantage. Now comes the most exciting part, defining the destination. What do you actually want the next 12 months to look like? We often make the mistake of setting vague goals, like being better or doing more. But the human mind thrives on specificity. Don't just say you want to grow. Say exactly how much and by when. Give your goals a name, a number, and a place in your calendar. When you break a big dream down into monthly steps, it stops being an intimidating mountain and starts being a manageable path. If you want to reach a certain milestone by next December, what does that mean for January? What does that mean for your daily habits? When you give your efforts a direction, your daily decisions lose their friction. You no longer have to debate whether to do something or not. You simply ask, does this move me closer to my goal or further away? This clarity is the ultimate gift you can give yourself. It turns your year from a series of random events into a purposeful mission. And remember, these goals aren't set in stone to trap you. They are there to guide you. If life changes halfway through the year, if you get a promotion, if you face a challenge, if your priorities shift, you simply adjust the map. The point isn't to be perfect. The point is to be intentional. To make this vision a reality, you need a system that supports you when you are tired. We all start the year with high levels of motivation, but motivation is a feeling, and feelings fade. Systems, however, are permanent. This is where you build your operating system for life. You want to automate the good decisions so they happen without you even thinking about them. Set up your world so that your progress is the default setting, whether it's automating your savings, scheduling your reviews, or organizing your environment to reduce temptation. The goal is to make the right choice the easy choice. Think about the concept of friction. If you want to do something, make it as easy as possible to start. If you want to stop doing something, make it harder. It's the small adjustments, like keeping your most important tools on your home screen or putting your savings in a place where you aren't tempted to touch them, that make the biggest difference over time. Your system should be designed to work for you even on your worst day, even when you're distracted, and even when you're busy. Finally, remember why you are doing all of this. This isn't about numbers, spreadsheets, or being perfect. It's about the quality of your life. It's about the peace of mind that comes from knowing you are in control. It's about the freedom to say yes to the things that matter and no to the things that don't. Money and resources are simply tools. They are the fuel for the life you want to live. By taking these final weeks of the year to reset, to audit, and to plan, you are ensuring that your tools are sharp and your fuel is ready. You have the power to make the next 12 months a masterpiece of intentional living. You don't have to wait for a specific date on a calendar to start. The reset happens the moment you decide to take ownership of your path. So, take this afternoon, or this weekend, and give yourself the gift of time. Reflect on where you've been Clear away what no longer serves you, reinforce your foundation, and set your sights on a clear, bright horizon. When you start the new year with this level of preparation, you aren't just hoping for a good year, you are creating one. The future is waiting, and for the first time, you are truly ready for it. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If this video added value to your day, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss out on future content like this. I'll be back soon with more powerful insights and real-life lessons to help you grow. Till then, stay focused, stay inspired, and keep moving forward.